Hello from Yes Queen channel. Thank you very much for watching this video, and in today's video I would like to talk about the cultural shock that I've had after I came back to Japan. So, I spent some time in Ireland. So I've graduated high school and university in Ireland, Dublin, Ireland, and then I came back to Tokyo, graduated the masters, and then I started working for a company located in Tokyo. So, I mean, although I'm a Japanese, like I would like to talk about this culture shock that I've had with working in Japan. So like before, like I would like to start talking about the culture shock that I've had. Like first of all, like Japanese language is very complicated. It's beautiful but very complicated. And I am a Japanese myself, so I'm very proud of the beauty of it. But it's even for Japanese, it's very difficult. And then especially like me, like when like at high school or university, I didn't use Japanese at all. The only time I used Japanese will be like when I went back to Japan for the summer holidays, or sometimes when I use Skype to talk to my family or friends in Japan. That's it. So like I was using English the whole time. So it's very difficult to like actually catch up. So even before I entered the the university in Tokyo, like I had to like catch up with my Japanese. So like I mean, Japanese has like three types of writings. One is hiragana, another one is katakana, and the last one is kanji. Like so complicated. And also like Japanese people love to be polite, and it's very nice of them. So we tend to use different kinds of polite forms. Of course we have polite form to show the respect to the people, and also we have another form of Japanese to kind of like put ourselves below the people around us to show respect kind of way. So like there are lots of different kinds of polite forms that we need to use at the office. It's very difficult, even to just write a simple email to like my clients. I had to Google like so many different phrases, like what's the appropriate term for like thank you, I received the file in Japanese for the business matter, that kind of thing. So like it's very difficult. And like I remember like I used to have like memo, and I like I read my memo before I rang someone, because like talking on the phone, it's more difficult. So like I remember those times. And then so like I mean, but like these things, I'm sure like even like Japanese living in Japan their whole life, I think they've experienced it as well, because they need to have like the different kind of Japanese compared to like talking to their friends or family. So yeah, but like I love our language. I love Japanese. It's very beautiful, but yet complex. So anyways, now I'm gonna talk about the culture shock that I've had. So first, what I was told by my boss was that I'm too close. I should be careful about the distance, and I mean the physical distance. So I mean, my boss told me that like I'm physically too close, and so he was like, respect people's like personal space. I was like, okay, I'm too close. I'll be careful. That's the first thing, the distance. And another one was that, oh yeah, the clothes. It was very difficult, and I still am puzzled because, yeah, like I'm still very puzzled. I mean, some people told me that my clothes are not conservative enough, not appropriate for the office, and I wasn't really sure about what they were saying, so like I mean, so like I even asked my senior, like who's like really nice, to like take me to the shopping, because I really didn't know like what's wrong with my office clothes, and because sometimes like I wear skirts with flower prints, and they say like, oh, the flowers are too big, the flower prints are too much. But I see other people wearing like flower prints. And also like when I wear something, like that shirt is like too vivid, or the skirt is too vivid, I really wasn't sure what to do. Now like at my office, like nobody says anything, so like I'm super comfortable about it. So like I don't know, like I really wasn't sure like what problem was still. And like like I'm Russian mixed, so I'm taller than the standard like size of Japanese people, and I'm a little more curvy than like the standard size of Japanese people. So like, I mean, I just wear like a shirt and skirt, that's it. And I'm sure like I'm not I'm sure like I've seen people wearing like the similar clothes, you know. So for me it's like the same. I was trying to like kind of blend in, but people were still saying that you're too much, and like I was like, no, seriously, I'm just wearing a shirt and a skirt like any other people, you know. So sometimes I feel like maybe my body is like a different, so like I don't know, people, I don't know, saw me in a different way, and I felt like it was unfair because I cannot do anything about it, you know. So that was what I struggled the most, I guess. And also, oh yeah, emotional. So you know, like as a consultant, we have to give the presentation, and during our like intern period, we had to have the presentation. And my bosses and my colleagues told me that my speech, my presentation moves their hearts, and it's very emotional because I really like show with my face and with my voice tone and everything, you know, if it's like the good or the bad or sad or happy and everything. And they said that it's like a TED speech, it's very emotional, and it's good if we want something emotional, but we're consultants, so we don't need emotional because we are going to talk about the facts. So I mean, yeah, it's more to do with the consulting like occupation, but I was told to be more like kind of like, you know, calm and flat and kind of thing. So I also struggled with it, you know. And nowadays I feel like I'm like a robot a bit like a robot, because I mean now, like especially on the weekends, you know, like I work with NPO group. I provide some like lessons and all, like, you know, I joined the activity, and so like also like, you know, when I give the lesson or when I join the activity, I also have to give the presentation. And so sometimes the other like NPO members tell me that, you know, like maybe I should be more emotional, and I was like, oh my god. Actually, you know, when I first started working, I was told the opposite. They told me that I was too emotional. I was giving the TED speech, and when I said the TED speech, the NPO member was like, oh, we want the TED speech, you know. So I was like, oh my god, I lost my emotion. Now I feel like a robot, you know. So like now, like what's important is that, you know, we should show the performance that we are required in every occasion. So I think that's professional. So I mean, yeah, like, so that's what I need to work on as a professional, you know. I still enjoy like working as a consultant, so like I should be really professional consultant when I give the presentation, but also when I am required for different kind of presentation, I should be able to perform that as well. So, you know, I'm learning every day. Yeah. So yeah, like, I mean, especially, you know, like how to communicate with people, how to have a distance, and, you know, like, you know, not to be emotional and, I don't know, like cover up or something, you know, because I mean, I don't wear this at the office, you know. I wear like really like covered up clothes, you know. You see me in other videos, I'm usually covered up, but people still say I'm too, I mean, people used to say that I was too much. Not everybody, but some people. And it was very difficult to figure out what the problem was, you know. And it's so difficult to try to blend in, you know, when you have a different kind of body, it's just really difficult. Anyways, so yeah, but I also had a good experience because I used to live in abroad, you know. So what were they? So first, like, I'm not afraid of having a discussion with my bosses, you know, because I mean, if you don't have an opinion, then why are you here, kind of, you know. So I mean, I used to spend time with my friends who are not afraid of having a discussion, having a talk. So even now, you know, when I have to have a discussion with my bosses or my clients, I'm not afraid of having my own opinion and actually have a good relationship with them because of it. And also, you know, like I think I have the advantage when it comes to the global projects because, again, I'm not afraid of, you know, communicating with the CEOs of the global companies. I mean, they are CEOs of the global successful companies. They're very respectful people, you know. They're very welcoming, they're very funny, they have really good hospitality, and they're not, you know, afraid or stingy when it comes to like sharing their knowledge or experiences, so I can learn from them while I'm working with them. So like I really enjoy it, and me having a great relationship with them also benefit our company because it also like sometimes it extended, to like another kind of project, another business with a company. So I mean, that worked for the advantage for me. So this is it, I guess. So I mean, if you have any experience, like working in a Japanese company, and if you had any like culture shock, or like if you live abroad and if you have an experience with like working with Japanese people, and if you, yeah, like please let me know. And like recently I read this book called The Culture Map by Erin Meyer. It's very interesting. It shows, actually, yeah, like individual is first of all different, but actually each country has a different culture. So people from different country has different kind of patterns. So if we understand their culture, we can try to cooperate better. That's kind of like, that's the theme of the book, and it's very interesting. So I really recommend you to read it if you have this like global project members. So thank you very much for watching this video, and please like the video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. So thank you very much, and see you soon.